What's up, everyone? And welcome back to the MMA Buzz. Khamzat Chimaev recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming clash between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, and as expected, he's backing Islam to win. According to Chimaev, Makhachev's superior wrestling and relentless control will be the key factors that lead him to victory. While he acknowledged JDM's power and crisp boxing, Khamzat firmly believes that Islam's grappling will eventually dominate the fight. In classic Chimaev fashion, the conversation didn't stop there. He took aim at multiple big names: Alex Pereira, Conor McGregor, and Nate Diaz, all in one fiery statement. Confident as ever, Chimaev made it clear that he's not only watching the welterweight division closely, but also planning his next move toward becoming a two-division champion. He openly hinted at dropping back down to 170 pounds to chase double champ status, and even said he'd face Islam if Makhachev captures the welterweight belt. Chimaev's hunger for legacy seems stronger than ever. Whether it's Pereira at light heavyweight or whoever holds gold at welterweight, Khamzat has his eyes on everyone. When asked about a potential fight with Alex Pereira, he didn't hesitate to claim superiority. "Oh, of course, brother, I could beat him. Even with his coach," Chimaev said with his usual swagger. "We can fight both at the same time if they want." He also didn't spare Conor McGregor or Nate Diaz, taking verbal shots and questioning their discipline and current form. "They're finished, brother. Send them to rehab." "They're done," Chimaev laughed, showing his trademark confidence and unfiltered attitude. Despite his constant callouts, Khamzat remains grounded in his mission. His immediate focus is on his next fight against the dangerous French contender Nassourdine Imavov, a matchup that will test his skill, patience, and composure. Yet one thing is crystal clear: Khamzat Chimaev's ambitions go far beyond one weight class. He wants greatness in every division he touches. Whether it's Islam Makhachev at welterweight or Alex Pereira at 205, Chimaev is ready to prove he's one of the most dangerous men in the sport today. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for latest MMA updates. We truly value your support and need your help to grow. Move on to another news. In a recent episode of Jon Anik's podcast, the veteran UFC commentator broke down the major question echoing across the fight world: when and where will Jon Jones make his long-awaited return? According to Anik, Jones remains determined to step back into the Octagon and is doing everything possible to secure a fight at the upcoming historic White House card. His dream opponent? None other than Alex Pereira. But even if that matchup doesn't materialize, Jones' top priority is simply being part of that monumental event. While UFC President Dana White has been hesitant about confirming Jones for the card, recent developments could change everything. Former US President Donald Trump publicly expressed his desire to see both Conor McGregor and Jon Jones return for the White House event, even mentioning Bo Nickel as another possible participant. Trump's comments have reignited speculation and could add real momentum behind Jones' comeback, with Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane expected to face off in a rematch soon, and Alex Pereira temporarily sidelined due to injury. The timing might finally be right for Jones. If everything falls into place, fans could see Bones return either against Pereira once he recovers, or perhaps step in against the winner of Aspinall versus Gane. During the podcast, Anik and co-host Kenny Florian analyzed the situation from every angle. Florian noted that Jones had previously avoided the Aspinall fight, describing it as an act of legacy preservation. He revealed that Jones verbally agreed to a lucrative deal but later backed out, later apologizing and admitting he was wrong. Still, both analysts agreed that Jones doesn't appear to be a natural heavyweight, and his interest in facing Pereira, a proven champion at 205 pounds, makes perfect sense from both a competitive and legacy standpoint. Florian added that while a potential Jones versus Aspinall showdown would have been incredible, calling it the one that got away, Jones versus Pereira still carries enormous intrigue. "I think Jon sees Pereira as a guy who's more than legitimized himself as a world champion," he said. "That's the fight that excites him the most, even if it's not necessarily the most thrilling matchup stylistically. For now, everything depends on timing. But if all goes well, Jon Jones could soon be making one of the biggest returns in UFC history." Move on to another news. Islam Makhachev's former teammate, Said Dizab, recently opened up about a brutal sparring session that turned into an all-out brawl with Jack Della Maddalena, and it left him with broken broken ribs. Gizab, who had been a key part of Khabib Nurmagomedov's camp for years and served as one of Makhachev's main sparring partners after Islam became UFC lightweight champion, shocked many when he split from Team Khabib just a few months ago. Not long after, he joined forces with Jack Della Maddalena to help the Australian prepare for his highly anticipated bout against Makhachev. The decision to leave Khabib's legendary camp raised eyebrows across the MMA world. While Gizab didn't share exactly what caused the split, his recent interview on the Russian channel Ashatika offered a glimpse into his new training life and how dangerous Maddalena has become. According to Gizab, his first few sessions with the Aussie welterweight champion were focused on grappling, as he brought Dagestani-style wrestling experience to simulate Islam's techniques. But one of those sparring rounds went from technical to terrifying in an instant. What started as a controlled training exchange quickly escalated into a heated battle. It was supposed to be light work, Gizab explained. We were just feeling each other out, but Jack suddenly turned up the pressure. His movement, his pace, his power, it was overwhelming. Within minutes, it wasn't sparring anymore. It was a fight. He revealed that Maddalena's striking precision and body shots were unlike anything he'd felt before. One of his hooks caught me clean to the ribs, Gizab said. I felt something snap immediately. I tried to continue, but the pain was too much. After the round, I could barely breathe. Medical scans later confirmed multiple fractured ribs. Despite the painful experience, Gizab praised Maddalena's skill and mentality, describing him as cold, focused, and relentless. He also noted that the Australian's improvement in grappling has been scary fast, crediting his intense work ethic and discipline. He's a different kind of fighter, Gizab admitted. He listens, he learns, and he adapts. If Islam underestimates him, it could be a big mistake. While no one knows the full story behind Gizab's departure from Team Khabib, one thing is clear. Training with Jack Della Maddalena is no easy task. Move on to another news. Just days before UFC 322, Jack Della Maddalena's confidence is at an all-time high. The Australian welterweight champion has made it clear in multiple interviews that he plans to break Islam Makhachev and shock the world. With an iron belief in his strategy, Della Maddalena predicts the fight will look similar to his dominant performance over Belal Muhammad, stuffing takedowns, scrambling constantly, and never allowing his opponent to settle into control. For Jack, the key to victory is movement, pace, and pressure. You can't let Islam work on top, he said. The second you stop moving, he's already transitioning to the next position. Despite facing one of the most dominant grapplers in modern MMA, Jack isn't intimidated. He dismissed concerns about the size difference, saying that Makhachev's move to 170 pounds only adds to the challenge. If he's fresher, bigger, and stronger, that just makes the win sweeter, Jack stated confidently. His plan is clear: keep the fight standing, dictate the tempo, and refuse to be controlled. On the other side, Islam Makhachev enters as the heavy favorite. His unmatched grappling pedigree and streak of dominance have made him one of the sport's most feared champions. His fans and analysts believe his relentless pressure, superior wrestling, and ability to finish opponents from any position will be too much for the Aussie striker. Many predict another signature submission victory for Islam, arguing that even bigger, stronger fighters have failed to withstand his pace and control. Still, the MMA world remains divided. Della Maddalena's striking precision, footwork, and improved takedown defense have made him one of the most dangerous welterweights in the game. His Australian supporters, along with striking purists, are calling for a major upset, convinced his boxing and composure can crack the seemingly unbeatable champion. Jack, meanwhile, remains grounded and tactical. Islam's more than just a grappler, he admitted. He's one of the best all-around MMA fighters, but I think people underrate how I can scramble and get back up. He won't be able to hold me down. Della Maddalena also revealed that his team has been studying Makhachev's past fights closely, especially his bouts against Alexander Volkanovski. Move on to another news. Oscar de la Hoya has once again unleashed a fiery tirade against UFC President Dana White, this time over the organization's alleged betting scandal that's currently making waves across the combat sports world. Over the years, de la Hoya and White have traded countless verbal blows, but the boxing legend's latest comments hit harder than ever, coming right as reports surfaced that the FBI has opened an investigation into potential fight fixing within the UFC. The controversy began following Isaac Dulgarin's recent and heavily criticized loss to Yario Delvier. Dulgarin entered the bout as a heavy favorite, but just hours before the fight, betting odds shifted dramatically, sparking widespread suspicion that the contest may have been fixed. According to journalist Ariel Helwani, several fighters have since come forward, alleging they've been approached in the past to throw fights. claims that have only fueled public concern. De La Hoya addressed the issue head-on during his latest Clapback Thursday segment, calling out both Dana White and the UFC's ownership group, TKO Holdings. "News came out this week that I just can't ignore," he began. "My good friend Dana White and the UFC are being investigated by the FBI for allegedly fixing over 100 fights, with the latest one looking incredibly suspicious." Then came his signature sting. Is anyone really surprised? He praised Ariel Helwani for digging into the story, calling him the voice of MMA, and used the moment to once again take aim at the UFC's corporate practices. "I've been telling everyone these TTO guys are a problem. They're trying to bring their nonsense into boxing, changing the Muhammad Ali Act and trying to rewrite history. Get out of our sport," De La Hoya declared. The boxing promoter didn't hold back as he accused White and the UFC of creating a corrupt system that's now coming back to haunt them. "Everything they touch turns into a mess," he said bluntly. "Now they've got the FBI crawling all over their operation. Good luck with that." De La Hoya also referenced the ongoing $400 million lawsuit filed by former UFC fighters, which accuses the promotion of anti-competitive and exploitative business practices. He argued that the same corporate behavior that triggered that case has now led to even deeper trouble. They wanted their own rules, their own belts, their own ring, and now it's all catching up with them, he added. Move on to another news. Jon Jones has voiced his lack of enthusiasm for Tom Aspinall's performance against Cyril Gane at UFC 321, a fight that ended prematurely due to an unfortunate eye poke. The highly anticipated heavyweight clash, which took place on October 25, concluded in controversy after just 4 minutes and 35 seconds of the opening round, leaving fans and analysts questioning what might have been. After spending over a year on the sidelines waiting for a potential matchup with Jones that never materialized, Aspinall was eager to make a statement in his first defense as the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion. His goal was to cement his position as the most dominant big man in the sport, but fate had other plans. An accidental eye poke from Gane brought the action to an abrupt halt, forcing the referee to rule the bout a no contest. Prior to the stoppage, the contest was proving to be far more competitive than many had expected. Cyril Gane, known for his elite footwork and technical striking, managed to neutralize much of Aspinall's trademark power. The Frenchman effectively used his reach advantage and jab to maintain distance, landing several clean shots, one of which bloodied the champion's nose. Aspinall, meanwhile, struggled to find his rhythm, appearing slightly hesitant against Gane's movement and counterstriking. Jon Jones, observing from the sidelines, was reportedly unimpressed with what he saw from Aspinall before the unfortunate ending. Jones, who has long been regarded as one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time, suggested that Aspinall's performance did little to convince him of the Englishman's dominance. While Jones himself has yet to return to active competition following injury setbacks, his comments have reignited speculation about a potential clash between the two in the future. The controversial conclusion to UFC 321 has left the heavyweight division in an uncertain position. With no definitive winner and both fighters eager to prove themselves, a rematch between Aspinall and Gane could be on the horizon. However, with Jon Jones once again making his presence felt in the conversation, fans may soon see the long-awaited showdown between the American legend and the British champion finally come to fruition, a matchup that could redefine the landscape of the heavyweight division.